In this small section, we are going to discuss some of those different prompts. The first one, natural cues, or otherwise known as environmental cues. A job coach can identify and associate a task with a natural cue in the environment to let the employee know that a task needs to be completed. For example, a table that is covered in dishes after the patrons have left the restaurant is a natural cue to bus the table. A person standing next to the ice cream counter is a natural cue that that person is ready to order. Visual and picture cues. This is an object that has been visually altered to stand out so that the attention of the employee is drawn to it. Proximity or shadowing. This is still in the continuum and the least restrictive side of the hierarchy. Proximity refers to the distance between the job coach and the employer. It can also refer to the distance between the employee and the cue in the environment. Job coaches want to decrease proximity as a student learns a job so that there is no reliance on the job coach. Shadowing refers to the job coach being near enough to intervene only when needed. Support is still close by. Indirect verbal, indirect verbal. Direct verbal is a common form of prompting, especially in the education setting. We use them all the time. In education, we like to tell students exactly what we want them to do. The problem with this is it is much harder to fade when a student is used to or expects someone to tell him or her exactly what to do. While indirect prompting is a statement or question that does not make an explicit statement of what to do. And this can also occur as an open-ended question. Direct verbal and indirect verbal can be very helpful when a student is first learning a job. It is up to the job coach to monitor and reduce the use of these as the student becomes more independent in their position. Gesture prompts. As you can see from these pictures, the first one tells us telephone, making a call, receiving a call, okay, and time. Is it getting close to break time? Is it getting close to getting done? Is it watch your time? We are all used to using gestures throughout each day, and many gestures are universal. Modeling. No, not this kind of modeling. The job coach or another employee demonstrates for the employees what the task looks like when it is being completed and what the task also looks like when it's done correctly. This is the type of modeling that we are referring to when job coaching. And the last prompt is the physical prompts or touch. Just remember, you are in someone else's bubble, and this is the most restrictive type of prompting. You will need to know the student well to determine if he or she will tolerate you being in their physical space. You will also need to think about how this is perceived by coworkers. Most of us have not been taught our job skills using hand over hand at our employment site.